And I want to tell you 7 mistakes that you need to avoid when creating video content. Number 1, taking too long to get to the point. Have you ever watched a video and asked yourself, how long does it take to get to the damn point? And then got impatient and scrolled on. Yeah, me too. It happens to all of us. In today's fast-paced digital world, users' attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. I'm telling you, oops, a squirrel syndrome, and the attention is gone. And especially with so much content at the user's fingertips, viewers want information quickly and efficiently. And if a video doesn't capture their attention immediately, there's a high chance that they just scroll on. If your videos, and especially real content, is just taking too long to get to the point, you will lose the viewer's attention. Short form content is all about conveying sized bite pieces of information within seconds. If a viewer senses that you're beating around the bush, not only will they abandon your current video, but they might also not return for any future videos you're posting. Just like when you're meeting someone for the first time, impressions matter. So especially online, you only have a few seconds to make a long-lasting impression. Number 2, a video introduction. The biggest mistake I see video creators make, especially on YouTube, is an unnecessary introduction. A sleek, professional designed video introduction might seem like an excellent way to hit the mark and to make an impression. Of course, a professionally made video introduction gives a polished touch. Maybe you throw in a catchy tune, and in theory that should be the perfect way to kickstart your video, especially on a platform like YouTube. However, there is a huge difference between theory and actuality. While content creators, so other content creators, might appreciate the aesthetic of B-roll accompanied by music, viewers often see an introduction video as a barrier to the actual content they clicked on. And the truth is that many viewers either fast forward or they try to find the skip button, and if they get so annoyed by your long intro video, they might leave your video altogether and they're not coming back. Another pitfall what I see when it comes to the introduction is immediately asking for a like or a subscription to their channel. Of course, it's understandable that creators want to grow their channels and reminding their viewers to like and subscribe. However, the timing is crucial. Asking your viewers to give thumbs up or to subscribe to the channel just 1 minute into the video before they received any value from your content come off as presumptuous. It's similar to asking someone to buy something before they even seen the product. Mistake number 3 to avoid: clickbait. Using misleading thumbnails or titles designed to generate clicks might appear like a great idea to boost views, but the ramifications can be more detrimental than you might think. While clickbait strategies might spike initial views at the beginning, as soon as the person who falls victim to the clickbait realizes clickbait, they immediately X out from your video. And this sudden drop-off will negatively impact your video's ranking based on the algorithm. Because the algorithm doesn't like if someone only watches 2 seconds and then everyone abruptly stops watching it. So your video will not be recommended on social media networks. And in addition to the algorithmic implications, clickbait also harms the creator's reputation. If you're losing trust on social media channels, it's super hard to regain that trust. If viewers consistently find that a creator's content doesn't match the promises made in the title or on the thumbnail, they're less likely to engage with that type of content in the future. Mistake number 4 to avoid: bad quality. Blurry or unsharp footage can detract from the video message. And when you post blurry or unsharp video footage, it can really come across as a lack of professionalism, or you simply don't care. And filming in high resolution is not just all about aesthetic. If you film your footage in a higher resolution, it's much easier in the post-production, because when you film something in at least 1080 pixels, or I recommend 4K, it allows you to zoom in, it allows you to stabilize your footage without it becoming super pixelated. Mistake number 5 to avoid in your videos: looking too polished or lacking authenticity. Viewers can see inauthenticity from a mile away. If your videos look overly polished, it's a huge turnoff. And while you might say, I like polished videos, well, there's a difference between professional videos or looking too polished. So when I'm talking about too polished, it's the body language of the content creator. So for example, if you're trying to be someone that you're not, if you're just playing a role in your videos, but you're not that person, it's very off-putting. So if you're putting on a fake smile, or if you're creating content that you don't really believe in, it will show on the videos. And I see this too polished look with a lot of influencers who are being paid by your brand to create content. They don't really care about your brand. They don't really care about the content they're creating. They're just creating it, and it comes off as slightly fake. So when you see the content creator, for example, acting out the scene, trying your product, using your product, not all of that is done with genuine intent. So viewers can spot whether someone is genuine or not. So if they're faking it, it's very inauthentic and it's very repelling. Viewers relate to real life challenges, emotions, and experiences. So you need to share authentic stories that can foster deeper connections with your audience. Because when viewers believe that you're genuine, they're more likely to trust your opinion, advice, and product recommendations. Being yourself is simply sustainable. If you're keeping up a facade or you're playing a role, it can be super exhausting and it's very hard to maintain in the long run. Meaningful connections are built on trust and relatability, and you can achieve those things by just being yourself online. In the world of digital content, it's often these really true, authentic moments that leave the most lasting impressions. Mistake number 6 to avoid: quantity over quality. It's the pressure of, I have to post. Nothing is more detrimental to your online presence than posting content for the sake of posting content. If you feel the pressure to have to post one video a day on TikTok just to fulfill some imaginary schedule, it will show in your videos. And of course, we all have this fear of becoming irrelevant if we are not consistently publishing a content. And this fear can often lead to content creators falling into the trap of producing content merely to stay in the limelight, and they're neglecting the essence of genuine engagement. They're just producing content to produce content. Crafting content under pressure of an imagined deadline or out of sheer obligations can have noticeable effects. It's very, very visible in your videos if you are creating videos under pressure or talking about a topic that you don't really care about, because it's the way how you present it, it's the way your passion shows, it's about how genuine you are. And all of these aspects are very visible to viewers. So rushed content often lacks enthusiasm and it's making it less engaging. Videos that feel forced or out of sync with the content creator's usual style can be very off-putting. It creates an unsettling vibe. It's almost awkward for someone to watch that video, and this results in people not fully watching your video, or they don't even want to come back to consume more of your content. While maintaining an online presence is important, and while consistently publishing content is important, it shouldn't come at the cost of content quality or authenticity. Content creators, brands, or anyone who publishes content should resist the urge to post content just for the sake of posting it. Also, if you think about it, nothing is going to happen to you or your account if you do not post for a day or two. If you don't have the time, don't produce shitty content. Produce content that you're passionate about, because at the end of the day, people only connect with content that lasts an impression. Mistake number 7 to avoid: overly salesy. In an era where we are saturated with ads and promotions, everyone developed a very keen sense when they're being overly sold to. And more often than not, they resist it. So if the bulk of your video content solely focuses on creating content that promotes your product or your services, it overwhelms your audience and it might turn them off entirely because you're not providing value. It's super important to understand that these modern consumers, they're not just buying your product for the sake of buying it. They're buying your product because they're investing in your brand. And establishing a genuine connection with your audience by offering insights, entertainment, or education builds trust. And trust turns into loyalty, and loyalty means that they're going to purchase from you. They might use your service, they might make a purchase. You have to give before you can ask for anything. And use my golden rule of content: 70% content, 30% promotional content. Using the 70-30 content rules ensures that you offer the best of both worlds, leading to a more engaged, trusting, and ultimately purchasing audience. And I hope that these 7 pitfalls helped you to understand what not to do in a video. And if you have any questions or you need more help creating video content, you can always reach out to me at nina@thesocialwisdom.com. So if you like the video, if you think those 7 tips were helpful, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. And this also led us yet again to another episode of the Content Marketing Cheat Sheet podcast. I'm so glad you tuned in today, and I cannot wait to see you next week. Until then, goodbye, or how we say in Germany, auf Wiedersehen.